Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be the healing path is not linear. Think about that for a minute. If you like the content, please subscribe. So guys, the healing path, what the healing path is, it's what you are on post-narcissistic relationship. It's trying to process and understanding exactly what has happened in the relationship, why you were engulfed in the relationship, why you stayed so long, paying attention to red flags, looking for and finding the answers to the questions that you will be asking. Basically, it is a college level course you will be going through to try and understand exactly the relationship you just came out of, or maybe you're still in it, which is the narcissistic relationship. Most people don't even know that narcissism exists on the planet. They use the word, oh, that person's a narcissist, in a passing fashion, without even actually knowing what the definition of narcissism is. You, having gone through the narcissistic relationship, you understand what it means. It's a very serious topic. It's a very serious issue. And it is a necessary way for you to educate yourself. You have to. Post-narcissistic relationship, you need to get answers. And the people that will provide the answers, I can assure you the person that won't provide the answers, is the narcissist. Because many times when the relationship ends, you're looking for closure and you're trying to figure out exactly what has happened. The narcissist is normally the first person you're trying to contact to figure out, to get closure, to get answers. What happened? Why did you ghost me? Why did you do this? And all these answers. That's the last person you want to be contacting, I can assure you. Believe me when I say it. It will be your instinct to contact the narcissist, but that's not the solution. The narcissist will never give you closure. Getting back on track with the healing path, it is when you understand that, wow, I was just in a toxic relationship and that you were not the only person that experienced it, because you found my channel and many others. And again, thank you for being here. This is when you get these light bulb moments and you understand, oh my goodness, this happened to me and it happened to these people too. I can't believe this. Like, what is gaslighting? Like, am I in the trauma bond? Things like this. You're starting to understand the definitions, the glossary, and you're starting to put the pieces of the puzzle of your relationship together with these definitions. Now, the healing path, I want to assure you, if you put your work in and your time and your due diligence, meaning you actually process what has happened, and there are many different stages of the healing path, and I will address those in this video. But if you actually do the inner work and you understand and process this, you will come out on the other end. You will come through the fire and you will be galvanized. You will be stronger than you've ever been before, I can assure you, when you do the work, when you are committed, when you understand that you need to go no contact, block, delete, remove flying monkeys and all people you had in common with the narcissist. And believe me, guys, there are so many steps to this, but the healing path is not linear, which means this. When you go to the store to buy a pair of shoes, let's say you're a size 10, and you go to the store, well, there are many people that are size 10 with shoes. So if you're a size 10, it's one size fits all, if you get my point. Same thing if you're size 5, whatever it is. But you know when you pick out that size that's going to fit you. Of course, you try it on and you test it out, but that's what you do. Now, in a narcissistic relationship, it's not one size fits all. Each and every one of us have experienced this thing called narcissism. However, we've experienced it on different levels, and our healing path will not be linear. It's not going to be the exact same healing path for you as it is for another individual. Now, keep in mind, there is no exact time frame for when you will be healed. Some people may say it takes X number of years. Some people say other things. The truth of the matter, from my firsthand experience, is it is contingent upon how much inner work you do, how much you actually process why you got in the relationship in the first place, why you stayed, understanding that it wasn't your fault, that you gave to a fault, you contributed each and every day, you went above and beyond the call of duty, is my belief. Well, I mean, I know I did, I'm certain you did too. And that the narcissist can't change. They wouldn't change. You see, the narcissist is on an endless quest for supply. And it just so happened for the duration of the relationship you were in with the narcissist, you were the #1 supply, most likely. Bear in mind, the narcissist has many sources of supply. In front of you or behind the scenes or on the fringe, the narcissist is always getting supply from people, getting supply from unsuspecting people that don't know about narcissism. Now, getting back to the healing path not being linear, it's not. And what this means is We've already discussed that it's different for each individual. There is no set time frame. It's not like if you were in the relationship X number of years, it's going to take you X number of years to heal. It doesn't work that way. It absolutely does not work that way. It works with you putting your time in and educating yourself, getting the questions answered, and understanding it wasn't your fault. This will take time, but in your time, with due diligence, you will get the answers you're looking for, and you will come through the fire, which means you will heal, and you will get to that pinnacle, that mountaintop of indifference when you don't care about the narcissist. They don't cross your mind, and you don't care if they win $1 million or whatever they're doing. It's goodbye. That's where you want to be. Now, the healing path, it comes in a couple stages. The first part is when the relationship first ends, and you don't know about narcissism, for this example. You're going to have to put a lot of work in and understand the definitions and the terms. And you're going to have to understand where these terms fit into your relationship. In other words, if they ghosted you for days on end, well, do you know what ghosted means? Or if they gaslit you, do you know what gaslighting means? Things like this. You're going to have to understand these. And this will take time. It's going to take a lot of time here. However, in the beginning of the healing path, this is the most critical part for you because you will most likely feel isolated, alone, that you have nowhere to turn to, and you don't know how to get these answers. The point of this is it's instrumental to begin processing these things as soon as you possibly can, again, in your time. But what we want to do is have a support system around you, trusted family members, loved ones that believe in you and understand that you're going through not just an ending of a relationship, but you're going through the ending of a toxic, narcissistic relationship, which takes it to a whole different level. The next part is when you're well on your healing path, when you're on it, you will have setbacks. You will have good days and not so good days, which means the path is not linear. In other words, today, maybe you put a whole bunch of work into yourself. Maybe you meditated, maybe you saw a therapist, maybe you watched videos, maybe you just sat down and journaled, which I'm a big fan of. All of these things that you did, and you made progress today, and you're feeling good about yourself. And then tomorrow, boom, you get triggered by a song on the radio, or you smell someone's cologne or perfume, and you're like, oh, that takes me back. Things like that. Triggers will happen. They will happen less frequently over time when you do your inner work and you process the relationship and you understand all about narcissism, but triggers do happen, and sometimes you get set backwards a couple days or more, depends. The next part is when you need to understand that when you go no contact and block the narcissist, when you're ready to do this, this is the key. This is exactly the key. It gives you your control back. It gives you your power back because you're not going to wait for the narcissist to block you, but you're blocking them and sending a clear message that, hey, I'm done. I'm out. Goodbye. Please disappear. I don't want anything to do with you. And my hope is that that's the case, but many times it's not the case. The point is, either way, you do not want to be contacting the narcissist. You don't want to be having a great Saturday afternoon and all of a sudden you get a text message from the narcissist. You're gonna get anxiety. It's gonna set you back. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to read this. What is it? Nothing good ever comes from you unblocking the narcissist. So remember, when you block the narcissist and go no contact, you do it once and for all. You don't second guess yourself. You move forward. It's done. Goodbye. Delete the number. That's it. Goodbye. Now, the other part of the healing path is when you start to get these light bulb moments and you understand, wow, this happened. I get it. It happened to that person too. And you're starting to feel better about yourself, but you're still understanding that you have a way to go on the healing path, but you're feeling better. Maybe you're exercising now. Maybe you're getting out a little bit more. You're certainly educating yourself because you're on my channel and many others, but you're starting to understand, okay, I get this, and you're processing things, and you've practiced radical acceptance. And if you don't know what that term means, please look it up. I created videos on that. That is instrumental in your healing path. It is absolutely instrumental to understand this. Because I'll tell you why. Because the person who turned out to be a narcissist that wasn't the person you believed. They portrayed themselves to be one person and turned out to be somebody else because they were wearing a mask, trying to trick you, and they did. And you have to process the fact that that person was not authentic. They weren't genuine. They didn't care about you. They certainly didn't love you, and they were just completely manipulating you during the relationship. But look into radical acceptance. And as you learn more and more of the definitions, and as you're feeling more and more confident, now keep in mind, this could take weeks, months, it could take years, it could take a long time. It depends on how much you understand that the inner work that you do, only you can do it. You need to process things. You need to actually set time aside and say to yourself, okay, this one point I can't get over. Let's pretend that there's a certain point that you keep ruminating about, you keep thinking about in the relationship. Of course, it's in the past. And you're like, wow. Well, that means you need to spend more time and process and focus that exact moment. You need to get over it. But I'm not suggesting just put it out of your mind. I'm suggesting sit down, turn all your devices off, meditate, process it, think about it, understand how it affected you, and understand it's in the past, and let it go. Again, it's not that simple, but these are the steps you need to do and take time. It could take days for you to get over that, but you will when you actually address it. Remember, anything in life, any trauma or traumatic experience or thing, you need to process these things. You can't just say, I'm tough, I'll move on and I'll be better. It doesn't work that way. It's just like if you have a cut on your arm, you can't just continue to walk through life with the cut on your arm. You have to clean it, put the Band-Aid on it, let it breathe, rinse, wash, repeat, these kind of things, and then you heal. It's the same thing post-narcissistic relationship on a much higher level, of course, but that's the point. And it's all contingent upon the work that you put into your healing path. So my hope is eventually you will get to the mountaintop of indifference, the pinnacle where you're just saying you don't care about the narcissist and you've actually moved forward. This will take time. Many people have achieved it. Some people are working on it. Many are working towards it. But that is the goal. Because what we don't want you to be is we don't want you to be frozen in time in the narcissistic relationship that has ended. We certainly don't want you going back to the narcissist in any capacity. If they hoover you or not, we don't want you being anywhere near the narcissist. We want them blocked, deleted, removed, and you're moving forward. You see, remember, to the narcissist, you are just a source of supply. You're actually not even a breathing human being. You're just an appliance. You're just something that they're trying to extract supply from, which could be money, energy, time, resources. It could be a roof over their head. It could be anything they need in the moment. That's how they look at you. That's why many times they disappear and come back and claim that, oh, I found out you're the love of my life. I saw a therapist. I introspected. I feel so good. I'm going to counseling. I've changed. I believe that you are the one for me. That's all nonsense. That's all just a way to play on your heartstrings again, to have you open up the door again to be abused more and more. So, all of these things I'm mentioning on the channel, these are instrumental that you understand what I'm talking about. The healing path is not linear. You will have good days, you will have some not so good days. But over time, with your education, with your insight and your inner work, you will certainly have more good days than not so good days. And eventually, you'll get to having a whole bunch of good days, and eventually, you'll just look in the past and say, wow, I've come so far. I'm absolutely amazing, and I'm blessed, and I'm grateful. And that's where we want you to be. But if the relationship ended for you recently or not, so, whenever the relationship ended, if you're thinking to yourself, wow, I just can't quite get over the hump. Like, what do I have to do? Like, isn't there a magic pill to cure me? The magic pill doesn't exist, but what does exist is free education on YouTube and comparing notes with other people and actually putting work in on yourself where it's necessary, which means if you still haven't healed after a long period of time, I can assure you, you will heal with the due diligence, with the proper steps, with understanding that only you can put the inner work in. Remember, before I close the video, you can see all the therapists you want to, you can read all the books, you can watch all the videos. The point of all these things are they're there to help you get along on the healing path, to move forward on the healing path. But there will be times, many times, and I can assure you this is true, that you will have to do your inner work. You'll have to actually process things that only you can process. Meaning, when you were a child, you experienced your things. And just like I experienced my childhood, but maybe something happened to you when you were younger. There are a plethora of reasons of things that you need to process and go through. You need to heal. And from the narcissistic relationship, the best way you can heal is by you introspecting, forgiving yourself, understanding it wasn't your fault, that you were manipulated, and that you do have better days ahead. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay blessed. Stay true. Be on the path. Continue to become educated, awakened, and aware, and understand the narcissistic relationship wasn't your fault. But now this path that you're on, which is not linear, is yours and yours alone. You need to continue to move forward each and every day, and each and every day make progress. That is the path. That is what you need to do. God bless you. I love you. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. God bless you. Bye.